Let's make it a good day.
Coming up today, the weird, the wacky, the wonderful of the annual Met Gala. Plus, hey Muggles, I have good news for you. Are you ready for more Potter? It's all in the hot dish. Also today, late night legend Jay Leno will join me live to talk about the reboot of a television classic. And grab some cheesecake. Speaking of TV, we're celebrating the anniversary of...
You must be blind.
The Golden Girls. Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah, yeah.
And good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Jason Show. Good morning, Breckenridge. Good morning, Renton. Good morning, Cold Spring. And good morning to you. I'm Jace. Please say hello to my sidekick sister from another mister and Burger King's Employee of the Month, home of the Whopper. It's Kendall Mark, everyone.
They have a really great plant-based Whopper.
Do they now?
Mm-hmm. They have I don't remember what it's called, but it's their Whopper Junior, and it's the plant-based version, and it's really good.
Oh, really? I've tried the Starbucks Impossible breakfast sandwich. That was good. The Caribou coffee has one. I don't love it quite as much as the Starbucks, but and I've had a couple Impossible hamburgers I've made at home.
Yeah.
It's been all of them pretty good, and I am a carnivore, so I like them.
They're good.
Yeah.
They're good. They're making one at McDonald's now too.
Do you mind if I share our off-air conversation that you came in and you proclaim that you're sick of, you're tired, because I think it's relatable.
Yes.
Because Kendall and I talk about, we struggle with our weight, and we will until the day we die, right, my friend?
Literally put us in the casket with
That's
it.
right. The last thing, as the casket's closing, I'll be like, can I get a dipping sauce from a chicken? You know, and then it'll be close.
Extra dipping sauce.
Yeah, can I get a ranch? Anyway, share your frustration or did you give up, you said you told me?
No, I've been doing, are you talking about my 30-day self-imposed challenge? So I've been doing
Your 30-day self-imposed fitness challenge.
Yes, so I've been doing a 30-day challenge. It's not like an official thing. My girlfriend did it, and I was like, I'm gonna do this too. I'm gonna work out every day for 30 days. I am so bleeping tired. But my butt is getting bigger, which is just fine because it's like firmer.
Muscle, yeah.
Yeah, and my waist is getting smaller, and my outfit is getting bigger.
That's good.
This is all good. This is all good.
These are positive things.
These are positive.
I misread you. I thought you were kind of giving up. You were stressed out about it.
No, the good thing about working out this much, though, is that I can eat more.
Yes. I mean, a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for reminding me.
I know.
No, my husband's like, okay, if you really want to like lose weight, because he was a wrestler, he's like, you have to eat less. It's calories in. And I'm like, mommy likes food.
I know. I don't want to be the buzzkill because believe me, I mean, hello, look at me. I mean, I have hashtag hot trainer Austin who yells at me if but it is all about calories in, calories out. And as you get older, it's even harder. So you're lucky you have a good metabolism. Even though they said, there was an article recently that said that's an old wives' tale, that your metabolism messes up as you get older.
Okay.
It's later than you think it is. I read that a couple weeks ago.
Well, I have really good news.
Yes.
Are you ready, everyone?
I'm ready.
As someone who loves pumpkin spice lattes and wine, I recently heard this, and don't quote me, but a pumpkin spice latte has 380 calories and a glass of wine has 122, so choose wisely.
Oh, okay.
You can drink a lot of wine.
Go for the wine, I guess. Yeah.
Just saying.
I don't know. Yeah. Oh, hot trainer.
Gosh.
He's just...
Must be rough.
It is. It's not. It is. I mean, he's horribly ugly to look at.
Horrible.
Horrible. But now he has a new jazzercise class. He's teaching...
At class, right?
At class, KLASS, He's doing 4 more, 3 more.
We went there.
2 more. He's teaching this class. And now women are going there going, are you hashtag hot trainer? I love that.
Yes.
Are you... Hello, are you the hot trainer from the Jason Show?
Did you tell him that you went to class there?
I did. I told him. And he wants me to take one of his classes. No, I'm not. No. Because he's very intense. He's very intense. And, this is going to be a sick workout. He speaks to me in bro sometimes.
Yes.
And I have to say, can you write that down? Just translate that for me. What was that in like homo language because you're speaking in fluent bro, and I don't know what that is.
Don't understand.
And he's not. He hates when I say that because he's like, he's not. You know, you guys have met bros in bars, and they're just like, ugh. He's not. What makes him great is he's such a well-rounded, he's the sweetest guy ever. So I always like to correct that because he's the definition of never judge a book by its cover. I was talking about this yesterday. If you would look at him, you think, oh, bro, you would see at a bar, but he's not. Never judge a book by its cover.
Nope, could
That's
be
right.
good.
It could be. Let's get started, everybody. Roll it. It's time for the hot dish, Leo. Wasn't real hungry. It's the red carpet to beat all the red carpets. Last night in New York, the stars were out in force for the return of the Met Gala. And as always, it was full of some questionable outfits. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to go, Kendall, you ready? We're going to play Joan Rivers. We're going to look at some and critique them, okay?
Fabulous.
Here we go. First, Leo, let's start with the good, Billie Eilish. She's getting high marks for wearing this Oscar de la Renta. She only agreed to wear the dress if the designer stopped selling fur, and they agreed.
Go, girl.
Okay, she is the win. That is the win. That is her for the win. Look at, now that's magnificent. Do you like or do you approve? You're pausing.
I absolutely love it. And I love that she had a reason too. She was like, listen, I'm going to make change with my ability to do so, my power and influence.
I just like old school glamour too.
That
you know,
too.
I'm old school with this. Okay. Next up, Bleeps Creek star Dan Levy. Dan Levy. Okay. Now, here's what I will say in Dan's defense. This was a statement about the struggles of the LGBTQ community plus. That doesn't read to me, and I'm in the community. It just reads that a whole bunch of Care Bears played dress up on Dan. But that's fine. I love Dan. He could do no wrong in my opinion. Well, those boots are maybe a little wrong, but other than that, Dan can do no wrong. Your take?
The sleeves look like a deflated globe. Like, you know when you'd go to class, your science class, and someone had punched a hole in the globe?
Very good analogy there, or not analogy, but analysis.
Thank you.
I love him though, so I can't even bust on him. He's fantastic. Next, Kim Kardashian. Let's, okay, I can't. I mean, did she run out of eyeliner? Is this what happens when you can't, you run out of makeup?
Contour cream.
Yeah, she's out of contour. Okay, now why? And how can she see? How is this safe? And are we sure it's her?
Well,
That could be Eugene Kardashian for all we know. That's you know what that is? That's just somebody that wants us to talk about her.
right. Well, and the whole,
And we're falling into it, Kendall. I didn't mean to
are.
interrupt you, sweetie.
No. Wait, but she was with a man, and so we don't know if that's Kanye West or not, or if he helped dress her. So now we're all like, oh, are they together? Ah.
Is it a man? I mean, we don't know.
It
could be an armadillo under that thing. We have no idea.
No idea.
I don't know. We don't even know that's Kim Kardashian. Stop it. I almost did this whole show wearing just a big giant pantyhose over my whole body.
Can you try that next time?
Yeah, maybe. We have to talk about these two, Rihanna and boyfriend A$AP Rocky. Now, Rihanna, come on. She can do no wrong, in my opinion. Now, that looks good. And then look.
I don't like the hat.
Look at A$AP in his grandma's quilt. This is fantastic.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh.
I love her. And I have a quilt back there that I'll be jumping into in just a second. One of our favorites, you guys are going to love this. Let's take a look at Frank Ocean and his sidekick, a green baby doll. Okay, Kendall, now tell me that's not the best thing you've seen all week.
I'm kind of scared.
No, don't be scared. Look at that.
I'm a little
I want that
scared.
I want a little dummy for our show.
A little, you already have one. His name's Ted.
Kendall for the win. Could you imagine if I had a little marionette of Ted? Hi, I watched The Bachelor. Finally, let's look at Lil Nas X doing his best impression of C-3PO. Look at that. Oh.
I love this.
I do too. I enjoy Lil Nas X because it's entertaining. I mean, like him, love him, don't agree with him, but at least he's entertaining us. And now these are the guys I want. Now, Now, where's that on our staff? I just want someone to take off my cape when I come in. Do we have enough staff for that?
I mean, I think.
Where's Tyler?
I don't
Where's
know.
floor director Tyler? Is that it? Can engineers do that?
We figure that out. Brad might be able to help you.
But that's when you know you're rich. You have cape take offers. We want to get your reaction to the Met Gala. So we have a brand new poll thing. Here's how it works. Go to fox9.com/poll. Right now, vote to tell us which look do you think is the nutter butterest. Vote for Dan, Kim, maybe Kim, Frank Ocean, Rihanna, Lil Nas, or Timothée Chalamet in white Converse. We'll let you know. We'll keep up to date with this poll. We're very excited. This is a brand new little toy for us, and it cost us half of our yearly budget.
Basically.
So please go to the poll, okay? We have a lot more to come. We'll be back right after this. Stay with us, everyone.
I just don't get it.
I don't get it either.
The hot topics aren't over. There's more hot dish ahead. Next, we're getting our first look at the latest Marvel series, Hawkeye. Then, the reviews are in for the movie version of the Broadway hit, Dear Evan Hansen. Also ahead, Jay Leno is heading back to TV in a reboot of a game show classic.
It's time for You Bet Your Life. Here's your host, Jay Leno.
And thank you for being a friend all these years.
I like it. Oh, no, you don't.
Grab a seat in the kitchen. We're celebrating the anniversary of the Golden Girls.
So lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you, Sans Jaquette.
Sans Jaquette. And you, Sans, your Linda Tripp outfit.
Yes.
That is a real transformation. Although I guess, like, your life with Ryan Murphy has been just, like, transformation after transformation.
Yeah, I sort of feel like, where do you go after having two heads?
Yep.
Playing a heroin addict with an electrocuted head
Yep.
of hair, Chia Pet thing, Chia Pet, Marcia Clark wig.
Yep.
I think Linda Tripp feels like a natural progression to me.
Yeah.
I don't really know where you go.
This is your newest. Hold on, I want to make sure I get the photo right. This is your newest, right?
This is Tuberculosis Karen.
Tuberculosis Karen. Now, when Ryan
Thank
calls and goes, I've got a great part for you.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows you're going to jump at the
He
chances
does,
to play
because I'm a
tuberculosis.
glutton for punishment.
Yeah.
Yes.
And let me just say, I mean, this is no makeup, right?
This is me on your average Monday morning, guys. This is sort of how I wake up. Good morning, everybody.
That, I mean...
Sarah Paulson. Let me add, the great Sarah Paulson with Seth Meyers talking about how she transforms for Ryan Murphy characters, especially working on American Horror Story, which I love. Hi, girl.
Somebody help us.
I did have a meeting with Min Jong-un yesterday, so we did get a little bit more money. That's how we can afford the cape taker offer.
That's your cape?
It's my...
Your Afghan?
It's my Afghan. That's right. All kidding aside, American Horror Story, let me just say this real quick. American Horror Story is in its 10th year. It's called a double feature. It's about Gnip Gnap pale vampire people.
Oh, sorry, what?
It's about, they're Gnip Gnap. It used to be a game in the 70s. Anyway, they walk like Gnip Gnaps, like this. And they're pale, and they eat people. Ryan Murphy's American Horror Story starts off really good usually, and then it takes, you know I've said this, takes a turn down Crazy Street.
Uh-huh.
This season, really good. And we're like 3 or 4 episodes into it. Probably one of my favorites since Asylum.
So they're vampire people with the Gnippa-Gnap and
Yeah,
then the
they
Karen,
walk
she's
weird.
Karen with tuberculosis?
Yes, which by the way, can we just say this? Eddie Murphy had this in, I believe, in Delirious in the 80s. This show reminds me, these people move into this house in Provincetown in American Horror Story, and they're renting the house for the season. And they look out their window and they see these Gnip-Gnap people. And then they see the people eating other people outside, and they stay in that house. If I rented a house and I looked out the window and I saw a vampire eating like a street cart vendor, I'm out. I'm not going to rent that house anymore.
No.
But they stay like there's nothing wrong with that.
I'd call the army.
The Army's busy. More late night. Jeff Daniels was on Colbert last night. He's in a new Showtime series called American Rust. He told Steven about his first encounter with the one and only Clint Eastwood. Look at this.
Here's a Clint story. First time I met Clint Eastwood, I went to the Pebble Beach Pro-Am golf tournament. You're an amateur. You're a celebrity, so you got to go once. So you go once, and I'm in the breakfast tent on Wednesday, and I don't know anybody, and I'm gonna go play, and I'm trying to remember, can I even play anymore? And all of a sudden, Clint Eastwood comes walking across the breakfast tent, and he's looking right at me, and I'm you know, the eggs. And he comes, Jeff Daniels. Yep, Clint Eastwood, yes. I saw Dumb and Dumber. He said, the toilet scene? I said, yes, sir. That happened to me. He started laughing, and he turned around and walked away.
That's fantastic. Well, I'm sure, I mean, being candid, I'm sure he's not the only one. That scene was funny. It rang true. That's why it's funny. Because it's for guys. I mean, you know, for guys, that's like your worst nightmare. Yeah, it's your worst nightmare. Or that and like leaving the house without deodorant. I mean, two horrible things. What? 10 years later, Jeff Daniels starred in the Clint Eastwood film Bloodwork, and Clint has another new movie now called like Macho something. Cry Macho? Yeah. Next in the dish, Marvel dropped the trailer for the new Hawkeye series. It's going to debut on Disney Plus in November, and it'll only be like 6 episodes. So Kendall, get ready. This is the next big Marvel show. Let's look at it.
This is the first Christmas we've had together in years.
I love you guys. I'm making up for some lost time.
Authorities are wondering if the masked vigilante who terrorized the city's underworld is back.
The past has caught up with me.
Should we be worried?
No, it's nothing. I'll be home for Christmas. I promise.
It's the most wonderful time.
When I wore this suit, I made a whole lot of enemies.
You're Hawkeye.
Yep, he sure is. That's Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye. Haley Steinfeld is starring as Kate Bishop. You look nerd here, nerd. I like most of the Marvel shows. I must admit, I fell off of Loki. I didn't finish it. I need to finish it. This looks good though. And Hawkeye wasn't initially one of my favorite Avengers. I was like, meh.
Boring.
Yeah, okay, Hawkeye. I always think of MASH when I say Hawkeye. But this looks good. I will probably, well, I will. I love all the Marvel stuff. I'm gonna jump on this until it bores me.
I love that it's like, has a little Christmas twist too. It's just a little different than all the other Marvel things. And this time of year, you start to want to watch things like that, so good on them.
Yeah, I want to get through Halloween.
What about,
Because I don't want to see Christmas stuff yet. You know, hashtag one holiday at a time. I'm okay, I'm all about Halloween stuff right now.
Okay.
Once that's over, November 1st, talk to me about Christmas. Talk to me then. But no, one holiday at a time.
Fine.
That's right. Next in the dish, the Dear Evan Hansen movie debuted at the Toronto Film Festival last week. The reviews, they're mixed. If I'm being more blunt, they ain't very good. Before we share some with you, here's a little bit of the trailer.
Have you ever felt like nobody was there?
No one's on your cast. Now we can both pretend we're friends.
I'm sorry about my brother.
Have you ever felt forgotten in the middle of nowhere?
I wish everything was different. Wish I was part of something. Wish that anything I said mattered.
Have you ever felt like you could disappear?
Dear Evan Hansen.
Yeah, that's mine. I'll just take it.
Wait, I need that back. You could fall and no one would hear.
Connor took a letter from me, and it was an assignment from my therapist. Ew.
Even when the dark comes crashing through.
Connor's mother and stepfather are here to see you.
When you need a friend to carry you.
Connor wanted you to have this.
And when you're broken on the ground.
Dear Evan Hansen, he wrote it to you.
His last words, Connor took his own life.
Hey, what? I'm sorry, Connor didn't write this.
No, please. It says
you will be found.
We didn't think Connor had any friends.
But he does. The movie was the first movie screened at the fest, an honor which usually means it's not very good, if you didn't know that. It debuts in theaters next week. I'm bummed. I'm bummed. I loved this. Let me show you the early reviews, and I'll talk about. So let's read these, and I'll tell you, because I love the musical. Without further delay, it's time for the early reviews. First, the review site Den of Geek says, "Dear Evan Hansen may be the most uncomfortable musical ever made." They said Ben Platt looks like a sweatier version of Matthew McConaughey from Dazed and Confused, where the old guy was cruising for chicks. Okay, are we gonna get? We can't. I don't know if we can get better than that. Smash Cut reviews writes, "Dear Evan Hansen, you owe us an apology. Calling it out with a touch of reality. Calling it out of touch with reality." And IndieWire says, "Shoddy direction ruins promising Broadway-inspired material," and gave it a D. This is what bums me out. I saw the musical a couple years ago in New York on Broadway. It's really one of my favorites. I have a mug around here somewhere, but I love it. I love the story. I loved Ben Platt in it, and I saw the guy that replaced him. I was there literally the day Ben was done, and then the new guy came on. Having said all of that, I'm not trying to be mean, but Ben in this movie, I think he's outaged it. He looks like a parent going to a parent-teacher conference in high school, not the kid.
It is a little, I mean, it definitely is someone older playing someone younger in what is supposed to be a very emotional piece.
And you need to be in it. You need to not be distracted to fully appreciate the story. And Ben Platt's age is a distraction that takes you out of the story. That's my big problem. Because he does. He looks like an undercover cop that's inside a high school.
What was that movie with
21 Jump Street. He looks like he's investigating, you know. He looks like a 30-year-old going in, and I think he is. How old is he, Jeff? Is he 30?
He's my age.
Is he your age?
I think he's 28 to 32.
Hey Siri, how old is Ben Platt?
Ben Platt is 27 years old.
I was so close.
You were so close. But still.
Yeah.
He looks like a 27-year-old walking into PE class. Yeah. Distraction. Next in the dish, sequels and reboots are so 2020. Now we're talking about prequels again. Remember those kids? Remember how much fun they are? Well, this next story could have some of you Potter fans excited, or maybe not, Kendall. The folks at HBO Max are reportedly kicking around the idea of a Harry Potter prequel based on Snape. Professor Snape. The Hogwarts potion master, played by the late, great Alan Rickman, was a favorite among the fans. Still very little is known about the potential project. In the meantime, Fantastic Beasts 3 hits theaters next June. Nobody wants to see that. I don't like that. I don't like that franchise. I love the Potter franchise. I love Snape. I think he's one of the most fascinating characters in all of the books and all of the movies. I don't always love prequels because there's no stakes. You know what's going to happen to all the characters. This is interesting to me. You are a major Potter fan. Speak.
I don't want to peel that onion. I like him and his weird oniony self. What I mean by that is this. You know how in the 7th book we talk about how you kind of get explained to you why he is how he is and why he cares about Harry, and you're like, oh, that's why, it explains it. I don't need any more details. I really like how it was left off, and I don't want a whole film about it.
You like, let me see if I'm hearing you, and you probably speak for a lot of you. You like some of the mystery. You don't want to know everything because part of the fun of this character is the mystery of Snape.
Right.
Am I hearing you right?
Correct. I would rather see like Albus Dumbledore as a teenager. Honestly, I think that would be way more interesting because he has all these big battles with, what's his name? The bad guy with the G. Can't think of it off the top of my head. But anyway.
What? Grindelwald.
Grindelwald.
I almost said Gretchen.
Because Grindelwald was the Voldemort.
Remember the ultimate wizard, Gretchen? Remember her, Kendall, in the book? She was in book 4.
Yeah.
That's right. She was just a horrible, horrible wizard, Gretchen.
Temptress of dragons.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. We're going to take a break. Jay Leno's coming up. Maybe. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Welcome back. Our next guests were late night staples. They really, let's say it, they're icons for more than 2 decades. And now Jay Leno and Kevin Eubanks are teaming up again for a new show right here on the FOX. Take a look at a clip from You Bet Your Life.
What is your answer?
We love James Corbin.
James Corbin?
James
I don't know.
Corbin.
James.
No idea.
Help me. Klingon. Try it in Klingon. They didn't say we couldn't.
Try it in Klingon.
Hivjesh Ramdak.
That is a clip from You Bet Your Life. It's now airing across the country. Please welcome back to the show the host, Jay Leno and Kevin Eubanks. Hi, guys.
Jason, how are you?
Good, Jay. For people, I watched it. I'm a TV nerd. I remember the original Groucho. Refresh us with the premise, if you would, Jay.
Well, it's a comedy game show. It's basically, I based jaywalking on Groucho. And Groucho people would come out and he'd talk with them and make fun and be silly with them and then ask them a couple of questions and they could win some money. And that's basically the format of the show. I mean, it's been updated, obviously, newer graphics and more money. You used to win $50, I think, on the old show. So now the secret word is $500 and a few things like that. But the fun part is, it's the bringing of two strangers together where they have to compete to earn money. And you know, we made a vow on this show, all the jokes, there would be no politics, no mention of politics. And it's amazing how well people get along when you take politics out of the mix, you know? Remember when Thanksgiving dinners used to be pleasant?
Yes.
Remember before politics? Well, yeah, Uncle Bob waving the turkey leg and all that. We don't have that anymore. We don't have that on the show. And I've just watched so much news and television with angry people just mad all the time. So to see people having fun and laughing, especially people from different walks of life. We had this 70-year-old lady, little white-haired lady, and we teamed her up with this guy, 6'5" African-American guy, enormous guy, like 250, 300 pounds. And when they got a question right, he'd pick her up like a rag doll, and she's high-fiving him. I mean, it was just fun to see people from different walks of life just laughing and enjoying themselves. Because I realized, I said to myself, well, I haven't really seen that on TV lately. It's all so serious and dark and angry and mad, you know. Kev picks the contestants. At the top of the show, I go, Kev, what do we have? And he puts the people together.
I was going to say, Kev, what role do you play in this? So you pick the contestants?
Yeah, like for instance, there was a woman that was on, and I knew that she was an opera singer. And we're doing contestants, they're winning money, they're trying to work together and do all that. That's what the contestants do. And during a break, I said, if you have an answer to a question, why don't you sing it? And she said, really? And I said, yeah. So we came back, and she had the answer to the question, and she sang it in opera. It was beautiful. Everybody went nuts. They clapped for her, and they won money. And she was so happy that she got to do that. It's just a few lines, but it was really great because everybody has a chance to do what it is that they do. They make them feel more at home, and it's something different. So whatever happens, just happens there because we're all in it to just have some fun and make some money.
And sometimes it works the opposite. One guy who came out, he said he was in the top 1% of the intelligent people in the world, and his brain was the same as Einstein's. And I said, well, that's great because your intelligence will not help you in this game at all. He goes, well, I'm sure. And he didn't get one question.
But he still enjoyed it. He had fun.
He had fun.
We all were laughing, but
I mean, that's kind of the fun part of the show. You just don't know what to expect.
Jay, you know this. The best TV concepts are the simple ones, and usually the most successful. It's always the one like Wheel of Fortune. It's Hangman with a wheel. Is the simplicity of this format the reason you can reboot it in 2021?
Yeah. Exactly, because it's the most basic. It's human communication, people standing close to each other, as close as you can stand these days, and talking one-on-one and getting funny responses from them. And you reward them with it's not life-changing money. I call it month-changing money. You know, all you can win is $5,500. Okay. But when you gamble with that much, I mean, it's still a lot of money, but it's not the end of the world. You don't leave, oh my gosh, I lost $100,000. And a lot of times they get the secret word, so they get $500 for that. And then we have other prizes. So everybody has a good time and enjoys himself. And that's really the trick, you know. In the whole 22 years of doing jaywalking with the Tonight Show, we never had anybody say, oh, I was humiliated, you embarrassed me, you edited and made me look stupid. They knew they looked stupid on their own.
Yeah.
and they were in on the joke, and that's what made it fun.
Kev, we have about a minute. I'm going to give you the last word. What is it? It's great to see you two back together again. What is it like reuniting with Jay?
It's so fun. It's easy because we've known each other for a long time. We stayed friends through the whole, for 30 years now, something like that?
Yes,
It's
that's
been
I
a
mean,
while.
Kev's mom has come to my house and stayed, so we have a good time.
So it's great to work with somebody like that, and we just work well together. We're having fun. We trust each other to saying this and saying that. So it's really nice, and the more and more it happens, the easier it gets and the more fun it is.
Absolutely. Guys, I love this. I think this is exactly what folks want and need. Just some escape for a half hour, man. So continued success. Jay and Kev, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Check your local listings, as they say. You Bet Your Life is airing nationwide. Just look around. You'll find it. I know in the Twin Cities here, it airs around 3 p.m., I believe. I'll check on that. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this. I screamed that. We're going to take a break.
Is it any wonder I never breastfed her?
Oh my goodness. There's just nothing better. I was just talking to Jay Leno about you just need good escape TV. You guys, if you watch the show, you know I watched this during the pandemic, or during the beginning of the pandemic. Welcome back. That's a classic clip from the iconic sitcom, The Golden Girls. Listen to this, friends. It was 36 years ago, right now, today, that the show premiered on Saturday night on NBC. In those 36 years, the show has aired on TV or in reruns nearly every single day. Trust me, there are very few shows that have that title. I Love Lucy being one of them. This morning, it is time for a Jason Show history lesson on the Golden Girls. So, if you didn't know, the premise of the show actually started as a joke. Two actresses did a parody of the hit show Miami Vice called Miami Nice at the NBC Upfronts in the summer of '84. So the upfronts are when the bigwigs at a network go, here, Tylenol, here's our new shows. The skit was about older people living in Miami. The head of NBC, Warren Littlefield, loved it. Thought, wait a minute, we've never seen a show. And think about it. Go back to 1985. He said, we have not seen a show on TV that reflects that time of life, especially for women, you know, in their 50s and 60s. So Warren immediately, this is rare too, ordered it to series without seeing much. That led to the creation of the show and this scene from the pilot.
Oh, I'll get it. Harry.
Ah, my pretty.
Oh, Harry. Everybody, this is Harry. Harry, this is Rose.
Rose.
And Dorothy.
Dorothy.
And this is Sophia.
Well, you must be Blanche's sister.
You must be blind.
We were just talking. People forget in that pilot, you hear that Sophia had a stroke. So that was the catalyst for Sophia for the rest of the series, saying whatever she wanted and whatever came to her mind. Rue McClanahan, who played Blanche, was the youngest of the cast. Only 51 years old when the show premiered. The other three ladies were in the early 60s. I got to tell you, Kendall, I'm reading that in the teleprompter and I'm getting sweaty because thinking that I'm only 4 years away from possibly being a golden gay is frightening to me.
Would you like me to call headquarters?
No, it's just, no, don't tell them, please. Oh, no. Headquarters discards you after 24, yes. But 51, like Madonna is now the age of most of the Golden Girls. Just think about that. You know, another little fun fact that maybe some of you know, when they were casting the show, Betty White went in to read for Blanche. And Rue McClanahan went in to read for Rose. But Betty White looked at the producers and said, now, wait a minute. I've already played kind of a sex-crazed middle-aged woman in the Mary Tyler Moore Show. She played Sue Ann Niven. She goes, I think I should play Rose. So they switched, and then boom. Now, I can see you at your TV. Can you think of it going any other way? who else but Rue McClanahan could play Blanche Devereaux? There's nobody. I mean, I would say, I often refer to it with Friends as a perfectly cast show. The Golden Girls is probably even better. You could not have picked a better cast. All 4 stars won Emmys, and the show was way ahead of its time, tackling gay rights, HIV/AIDS, assisted suicide. You could go on and on. Rewatching the show, you're like, wow, this is 85, 86, 87. I mean, the first 3 episodes had a gay cook. Now, there are some jokes that wouldn't fly today, but, you know, I'm not going to cancel. I mean, hello, I'm not, relax. It's 1985. I can take a joke. But then the gay cook disappeared. You never heard from him again. You can watch the Golden Girls in repeats on several channels, including Hallmark, I believe, on Saturday mornings. I found it last weekend. Or do what I do. I've been streaming the whole series on Hulu. You should watch a few random episodes. I think that's the beauty of the show. It is timeless. It's a cliche, but really the humor's timeless.
I do think that I would really like it.
You would. And again, good writing. That's what good writing is. We're going to take a break. More when we come back. Back in a moment, friends. I'm getting yelled at here.
Well,
what? Gosh. Well, the abuse that you guys don't see. I was standing up and executive producer Jeff screamed harshly across the studio, "Sit your butt down!"
Well,
I mean, he's right. I mean, I got a show to do. Welcome back. We had so much hot dish earlier. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Hot Dish Leftovers. Roll it, Leo. Look at that. And by the way, we clean that container after every use. Do you reuse your containers, your plastic, your Rubbermaid containers?
I thank you for asking. I have glass ones because they last longer and they're better for the environment and for you.
Okay, so I killed a porpoise. I'm just asking, when you do use a Rubbermaid, do you wash them?
People throw them. Why wouldn't you wash them?
Some people throw them away. I know, yeah, after one use, because they say bacteria still lives in. You can never truly get all the bacteria off the plastic.
They should use glass ones then. Sorry. Digress.
I know, I love porpoises. Don't email me. You killed a porpoise? First up, you guys know I grew up loving He-Man, and we're learning there could be another show in the works in the same universe, this time involving his sister, She-Ra. That character first appeared in the 1985 animated film, I Am Adora. Its twin sister and defender of the Crystal Castle. Okay, I'm sorry. I could recite. This is Spirit, my beloved steed.
This is not in the teleprompter.
By the way, beloved steed is what we also call producer Ted. Yes. She made her debut in the 85 animated film He-Man and She-Ra, The Secret of the Sword. According to Variety, Amazon is in talks to create a live-action show featuring She-Ra. She-Ra, Princess of Power, ran for 100 episodes in 85 and 86. Oh, look at that. Look at that beloved steed transform into a flying unicorn. A reboot on Netflix ran for 5 seasons and removed all references to He-Man. No word on when the new series is going to go into production. I'm for this. I loved She-Ra. My mother, Haidar, was so sweet. You know, even in the midst of a hurricane, what lasted in her storage shed were 2 boxes of all my He-Man toys, and she kept them all these years. She recently had them sent to me, and in the bottom was She-Ra with some ratty hair. Well, I mean, you know, it's, what?
Like a doll.
I should bring them in tomorrow, some of them.
You should.
Some of them have not weathered the storm well. She-Ra looks like she's had a long night.
Hi, girl.
She-Ra looked like she had a really rough day at the bar. These are new, by the way. These aren't the original. I'll bring in the original tomorrow. My mom was so sweet doing that. Anyway, I'm for this, but just make it good. To quote Dorinda from New York, make it nice. Make it nice. Don't ruin it, Amazon. Next in the leftovers, Andrew Garfield was on with Fallon last night. He stars as Jim Baker in a movie, I can't wait to see this, called The Eyes of Tammy Faye. The movie was shot in North Carolina, and he talked about he and his co-star Jessica Chastain would go to church every Sunday as a way to get into character. Look at this.
But yeah, we would go to that site every Sunday where there's this new evangelical church that was kind of in full operation there, and we ended up managing to. We saw someone who used to be a part of Jim's team. I won't mention who it is, but we recognized him from the documentary one Sunday, and we kind of cornered him and asked him if he would share with us. And he was very, very kind of suspicious, protective, and because he really cares about Jim and cared about Tammy and still does. So I think when he felt that all we wanted to do was to honor them and to humanize them, and with Jim, for me, like, it was one of the hardest characters I've ever had to step into, because he's so far away from me internally, externally, accent-wise, the whole thing. It was the biggest stretch I've ever had to do in terms of creating a character, and so it was very, very challenging. But yeah, a beautiful thing, and to watch Jessica.
If you weren't alive in the 80s, we have like an 80s theme. Televangelists were everywhere. I mean, it was all like, drop the crutches. Everybody, and these two were the biggest. I mean, they were everywhere. And Tammy Faye and her eyeshadow it was like a pop culture icon. And then after the scandal, Tammy Faye had the best daytime show ever, other than Oprah. Jim J and Tammy Faye. Google it, YouTube it. It's priceless. Anyway, I love Andrew Garfield. I think he's talented, and I'm anxious to see what he does with Jim Baker.
And how much he can look like him.
Yeah.
Like we talked about how Jessica Chastain, like, it actually hurt her skin.
Hurt her skin.
Being Tammy Faye, and so I'm curious what they do for him.
You should go as Tammy Faye for Halloween, and I'll go as Jim Baker.
Someone is going to come and stab me if I try to be Tammy Faye.
No.
People love her.
Do you have blue eyeshadow at home?
Oh my God, no.
Oh, well.
This is 1984.
Sorry, I didn't know. Wow, I didn't know you were eyeshadow stuck up. Blue's just a color. Yeah, snob. Let's go to Sephora after the show and get some blue eyeshadow.
Okay.
Yeah. I think you look good in it.
No.
Yeah, anyway. We're going to take a break. That's all the leftovers. We'll put the lid back on. We'll be back right after this. Back in a moment. I really do think blue eyeshadow. Drop the crutches. Fabulous floor director Evan on our fancy jib camera today. I love it. Welcome back. We're getting your reaction to the Met Gala looks. You can vote for the Nutter Butterest look on fox9.com/poll. Here we go. Let's look at the latest results just into our election center. Kendall, what do we have?
Kim Kardashian is the ultimate winner at this point at 66%, followed by Dan Levy. Is it Levy or Levy?
It's Eugene Levy, so it's Daniel Levy. Yeah.
Levy. Okay. And then we've got Timothée Chalamet at 11% and Frank Ocean coming in last at 5%. People like Lil Nas X and Rihanna.
I mean,
A$AP Rocky.
I mean, Rihanna's in a quilt, for heaven's sake. How can you hate on that?
I mean, it's a little odd, but
we're a little odd. Have you met us?
Hello.
Keep voting. Fox9.com/poll. We'll be back right after this to wrap things up. I like the little shawl. Welcome back. I have grabbed today's mystery question from our bubblegum machine. Are you ready for the mystery question? Kendall and I have no idea what's in this. Ready? Mm-hmm. What song makes you change the radio station immediately? Ladies first.
Someone's going to get mad at me.
Go ahead. Someone gets mad at me every day, so it's fine.
A lot of Kelly Clarkson songs.
You think she's overrated?
No. All of her songs get completely overplayed, and there's a lot of yell singing, and it's just like a lot, like stronger. Oh, girl, turn it off.
I think people don't get hate. You're allowed to have your opinion. Smooth by Santana. I loathe that song. Loathe.
What?
Capital L-O-A-T-H-E.
Who didn't show you enough
Did I spell loathe right? Really? No, Sammy, there's no dancing.
This song.
No, you
Reminds me of my mama.
You talk about a song that was overplayed in its time? No.
Yeah, the White Sheep Wrangler.
This is, I hate this in most Lorde songs.
Hot one.
Yeah.
Lorde?
Lorde, with an E.
Okay.
Not praise the Lord.
You don't like Christian music? Is that what you're saying?
Wow.
He's gonna get emails now.
Yeah, who's gonna get more emails, me or you? No, I don't like Lord. Not a lot. I like some, and then Smooth. Awful. Tomorrow on The Jason Show, I'm a fish out of water again when I try pickleball. It's more popular than ever, but right now, if you're watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, you go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you're doing it wrong. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.